head-to-head fight, and I just watched Battleground 2017. Overall, I thought it was a good show, average to good show. You had some good moments in there, but as an overall show, it was fine. But I'm going to try my best to get through the undercard really quickly and talk about the main event. So, at the beginning, we had Usos versus New Day. I thought it was a good match, had some really cool moments, like Kofi kicking out of 2 finishes. Finishes in stereo, the super kick and then the Uso splash. Pretty good match. Like, it was a 15-minute, fairly dramatic, fast-paced tag team pay-per-view match, and it was good. And I think that New Day winning the titles was the right decision at the wrong time, because the Usos are doing some of the best work of their lives, and I do think that New Day are the people to take the belts off the Usos and resurrect those belts from the dead, but not the right time. The Usos were doing some of the best work ever, and it's just the wrong time to take the belts off them, not the wrong time to cut their reign short. But, you know, hey, I can't really say the New Day being tag champs is bad, because it's not. It's going to be good. It's going to help the titles out a lot more than the Usos would have, but perhaps at SummerSlam. But what are you going to do? Second on the card, we had Baron Corbin versus Shinsuke Nakamura. A match that didn't really get past the stage of a tepid start, because while they were working and building up the pace a little bit, out of nowhere, just a low blow, no reason. Perhaps if Corbin had gone for the low blow earlier, or teased at it, hinted at it, and then they got the fans invested, then I would have cared, but I just didn't really care. Like, well, I did care because, well, now both guys look worse. You could have had Nakamura beat Corbin clean, that way Corbin is still protected because he's Money in the Bank, and Nakamura is protected because he just beat Baron Corbin. However, that's not what happened. Both guys look a lot worse now. Corbin couldn't beat Nakamura because he did the low blow, and simultaneously Nakamura didn't have the chance to beat Corbin because he got a low blow. There's nothing to say that either guy would have won, and then Corbin won by low blow. So you've done nothing to develop either guy. They both look a bit bad. I hope they don't do a SummerSlam rematch, because I think that Nakamura can face someone so much better than Baron Corbin at the biggest party of the summer. But anyway, average match, poor finish. Anyways, so third on the card we had the fatal 5-way women's elimination match. Wrestling was solid, ending and winner were fucking not. So I thought the spot where Becky eliminated both Tamina and Lana within like a minute was cool, because Becky looked good. I thought how the way that the match started with Charlotte being ganged up on is good, because that way you can have Charlotte look strong, and she looks strong in victory when she beats 4 other people, despite being ganged up on towards the beginning. But that's not what happened, is it? So let's go chronologically. As I said, I liked the bit where Becky eliminated both Lana and Tamina, and then Becky just got eliminated like that. And it's dumb. It's dumb. Because Becky is over as hell, and she got I don't even know, I think it was like by like a discus clothesline, maybe? Like maybe what was it? Maybe it was the sharpshooter. I don't remember Becky tapping. I can't remember exactly what she was eliminated by, but it's ridiculous, you know. But Becky just had this amazing moment, you know. She's eliminated these people. She just gets tossed out like that. It's stupid. But anyways, then Natalya versus Charlotte, and I got a very bad feeling, because the bookies said that Natalya was going to win. I was thinking, oh god, they're going to do it, aren't they? There was that there was that flare of hope. And I thought, maybe, just maybe they're going to swerve us, because I don't think they'll do Natalya versus Naomi at SummerSlam. Oh, fuck off, they did it anyway. Like, you could have had Naomi versus Charlotte, a good match. You could have had Naomi versus Becky, a good match. We're going to get the SmackDown Women's Champion against a woman who hasn't been Women's Divas Champion since what, 2009, 10, maybe 11. I thought SmackDown was a land of opportunity. I thought we had a women's revolution. If both those statements were true, then why is a woman that has been working in WWE for the past 10 years and hasn't done anything of note for the past 6 gonna be in a title match at SummerSlam? Like, is Charlotte even gonna be on the card? Is Becky gonna be on the card? And also, I just realised that if it's Natalya versus Naomi, that's probably gonna be headlining the pre-show. So if you've had a match on Battleground on pay-per-view that is gonna be, and the winner gets to face the champion on the pre-show of the next pay-per-view, that renders the qualifier a bit pointless. Doesn't it? I mean, if you're just fighting for the next pay-per-view's pre-show, then what's the point? There isn't one. Naomi's been a relatively crap champion so far, considering she never retains, and Natalya's an average worker. She's a good wrestler, like maybe, okay, above average. I just don't... The fans aren't into it, you know? Like, they're gonna barely have started feuding. You have a story out of Becky versus Naomi. You could have one of them turn heel on the other because they're meant to be friends. Even Charlotte and Naomi, they have a bit more story than Natalya and Naomi. Like, what did Natalya and Naomi, they've barely even crossed paths. Charlotte and Naomi have had a few backstage segments. They've had a bit of confrontation. What the hell's Natalya? It's so random. It's so random, but I'm just going to move on. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. Match of the night? Yeah. Yeah, I'd say, yeah. Yeah, I think so. I'd give it probably 4 stars. You know, it wasn't, like, great, but I'd say it was pretty good. Like, it was a pretty good match, and I think they're holding off for that big performance at SummerSlam, which is fine, I guess. But at the same time, when you do that, that means that you have 2 pay-per-view matches which really... Well, if you're implying that you don't care about them, then why should we, as the viewers, care about them as well? I mean, if AJ Styles and Kevin Owens have a match on pay-per-view, but they're a bit like, you know, we won't put that much effort into it, then what that doesn't indicate that we should care as well. That indicates that we shouldn't care if they don't. But whatever. Anyway, I thought it was a serviceable match, but the finish was confusing as hell. I had to rewatch it a few times just to get an idea of what happened, and I still didn't understand on my own. It was only my friend Jackson, who I was in a PlayStation party with at the time, who told me that he thinks the finish was that like AJ had Owens in the headlock, and he thought he was in the headlock, and he didn't know he was being pinned. It wasn't like a roll up. It wasn't in a position where Styles physically couldn't get out of the pin. He could have, but he didn't know he was being pinned. But doesn't that just make AJ look dumb? Because the ref was down. He got up slowly. He was counting slowly, like 1, 2, 3, and in that time, AJ didn't realise he was being pinned. Like, doesn't that make AJ look like a fool? It makes AJ look like an idiot. It's silly booking, and in the same way, Kevin Owens has just won the United States Championship via what? Via AJ Styles being an idiot. Like, what does that do for either person? Owens hasn't gotten a clean win, so he doesn't come off as looking better, and AJ Styles had been an idiot and lost the title by accident. So neither guy looks any better. But anyway, yeah, good match, awkward finish, really weird finish. And also that means that AJ Styles' title reign has been a grand total of, what, 15 days? Something like that. Like... Anyways, let's just move on. What was after that? Oh yeah, Cena Rusev. Okay. It was okay. Better than I thought it would be. Okay. I like the AA spot. didn't like a whole lot else. I mean, I guess some of the in-ring action was alright. There were moments where I was a bit invested. But we've seen Cena Rusev, like, what, 4 times now? So I just, obviously, well, there was no doubt in my mind that Cena was going to win. And throughout the whole match, I was fairly bored for maybe 30 to 40%. I was intermediately interested for like probably half of it, and there's maybe 20% remaining. I was a bit kind of like, you know, I kind of want to see what's happening. But, you know, okay match. Cena wins, lol. Rusev looks a bit silly, I guess. But, I mean, he's losing to Cena on his comeback, so he does look a bit dumb. But, I mean, you know, they're both coming back, so I don't know. But, yeah. Okay, I mean, it was alright. Alright. What was next? Oh, yeah. What was next? So, we have Mike Kanellis versus Sami Zayn. Thought it was on the pre-show because it hadn't been on the card yet. I mean, I can't remember anything about the match other than the fact that Sami won, which is great. I don't like Mike Kanellis, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he's that good of a wrestler, and I don't think that the gimmick's good. I don't think the theme song's good. In fact, I don't like anything about Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis. So I'm really happy that Zayn got a pay-per-view win. It's really good. It's really I'm really happy about it. Because I think that might be a little bit of momentum for Zayn. Something might be happening for him. I don't know. Maybe not. I could just be completely wrong. He could drop down the card. Then next up, what was next? Oh yeah, then we had the Fashion Files segment. Good. Like, it was good. I'm intrigued to know who the attackers were. Because it might be the Hype Bros, but I'm not sure if they're splitting up. Maybe they're not. But I think it's most likely Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. But in the same... Because people are saying that, but in the same way, they've been feuding for the past month. They've been feuding for the past month. And I think it wouldn't make much sense if they were just put together as a tag team, but... I mean, it makes more sense than the Hype Bros, because they're going to split up anyway, but, you know, whatever. And then, I think it's that, and it was the main event. I enjoyed it. I really did. I really, like... Okay, I didn't enjoy it, but I enjoyed the last 10 to 15 minutes. Like, I don't know, because I don't like either guy. In fact, I pretty much hate both guys. But there was a part at which I was a little bit invested. I thought, you know, I actually kind of want Wharton to win. The beginning was boring. Until they got out of the cage, really nothing had happened. I mean, there was a little bit where Mahal went for the Colossus and then countered it into the Archie. That was cool-ish. But, yeah, I mean, the last few minutes, it was fine. You know, like, it was a bit slow at times. But, and like, the whole... Right, here's the thing, right? So, people don't like the Singh Brothers. I don't like them either. But it's kind of fun to watch them get beaten up. I think that is their sole purpose, but that's fine. Like that's not a problem. They're never gonna... When you look at both of them, you're never gonna think that they're two people who can legitimately beat up Randy Orton in a one-on-one position. When it's two of them, they do beat up Randy. Like they get him, and then they get Mahal to hit him and stuff. But like this match was all right. You know, there were a few spots in there. You had the DDT draped off of the bamboo. You had an amazing spot. What am I talking about? Yeah, one of the Singh brothers fell, what, 15, 20 feet off of the structure through an announce table. Like, that's commendable. Like, I honestly didn't care about this match before, but I got into it as I watched, and that was an amazing high spot. And then, well, let's just go ahead. Let's just go right ahead. So, Randy is climbing the structure. He's gonna climb over, and then you hear Mahal's music. I was thinking, the fuck? You know, I was thinking, you know, what the fuck? And then I'm watching my friends are all debating in anticipation. I was watching the TV, and then I just see Great Khali. I was like, holy fuck! Like, I don't care that Khali's back, and I don't care about Khali, but the fact that he was back, it really shocked. Like, honestly, WWE, the Hardy Boys return, right? It was shocking and everything. Like, people suggested rumours. AJ Styles' debut, it was announced that he signed. But I had no idea. I don't, as I said, I don't care. But for the moment itself, when he came out, I could not believe it. And I was engaged. I was enthralled. I didn't care. Don't get me wrong, I really didn't care about Great Khali. But I was compelled. I was fascinated by it. And I think hopefully they do nothing with Great Khali. I don't want him to do anything. But you got an amazing spot, and you got the final 10 minutes of the match that were pretty good. And then you had that return right at the end. So I think Khali and Mahal, I mean, they might be entertaining. Probably not, because neither of them are good on the microphone. But, I can't say that I didn't like it. It's not as good as Styles versus Owens. It's not as good as Styles versus Owens. But it was good. The last 10 minutes, at least, they were good. I can't say anything more. As much as I hate to admit it, I hate Randy Orton, I hate Jinder Mahal, but it was good. It kept me entertained, and it kept me watching, and I can't fault that. I can't say that that's a bad thing, because it's not. So, kudos to whoever that Singh brother was that took that bump, and well done to Mahal and Jinder for making me at least give a shit about what was happening. Because I wouldn't have otherwise. If they didn't at least care, they didn't at least put something into the match, and I wouldn't have cared. But it was, it was alright. It was good. It was the best match they've had. I haven't watched any of either of the other two. Apparently they weren't that good. I'd say this is easily the best one they've had. This is probably 3.5 stars. Not bad. Not bad at all. People are gonna hate it, but I don't care. I enjoyed that match. But yeah, that's all I really want to talk about. As I said, I don't care about Randy. I don't care about Jinder. I don't care about Khali. But just when you were watching it in the moment, I did care a bit. I didn't. I'm not sure if I didn't care as such, but I was interested. Let's just say I was interested. I was entertained. That's the right word. I was entertained. It was just fun. It was just fun. And I'm never gonna go back and rewatch it. It wasn't a great match. It was good. It was a bit less than good. It was okay. And I'm giving Battleground a 5 out of 10. It was alright. It was okay. Good job. But I guess that's pretty much everything. I've been Eternal Fight, that's been Battleground 2017, and I will see you in the future, to quote Jeff Hardy's promo on the post-SummerSlam episode of SmackDown in 2009. If you get that reference, I love you. I love you forever. Goodbye.